Hey Fred, video number 2 here. We're going to talk about 2 articles that came up that seem different, but they're actually the same because they talk about how heavy metals are contaminating different food supplies that people use every day. First one was about protein powders. They did some analysis. This is Consumer Reports, separate. And again, you can see all these articles underneath the video. Talks about how they found heavy metals inside protein powders, and they associated with mercury, cadmium, lead, and arsenic. Now, to the credit of just that, you know, shellfish, organ meats, and some plant foods such as potatoes, rice, sunflower seeds, spinach, and other leafy greens can have significant amounts of metal from the environment, but they said this is due to cadmium-containing phosphate fertilizers, as we say, try to get organic. Now, the second corresponding article was very interesting. They did a research for 5 years and they tested the fatty cells of whales, and they found that they had plenty of heavy metals in them also. So speaking about fish and the food supply, they eat plankton, and all the fish in between have heavy metals in them also. So again, in moderation. We're not telling people not to eat fish, but please be cautious. We're not telling them not to, look at, their way they consume protein blended drinks, although we would like them to look at that. But could you just respond generally on that, please?
Yeah. Well, what I like to look at today, this world is a vast ecosystem. And heavy metals are in this ecosystem. The ocean is very obvious that most people are aware of the effects of, that the bigger the fish, the more mercury is in it. And a lot of people come to me have been exposed to heavy metals. They don't even have a clue where it came from. Lead and mercury and cadmium, all these things are getting to be a real problem. There's no two ways about it. It's in our food chain, and there's more than enough information to confirm today that we definitely should eat organically grown food. There are many, many different reasons why if we can, we should try to eat organic. Organic is 100% better. I recently seen myself the effects of, I became a grandfather, and my daughter is feeding my grandson. Everything's organic, and it's so obvious that what a good diet is doing for this kid. I mean, he's I hate to sound like I'm boasting, but the kid is doing absolutely fabulous. He's 10 months old. He's walking. He's doing things that definitely shows that when you feed an infant correctly, and of course genetics has a lot to do with it, you actually raise a healthier, smarter, more intelligent child. Now, I have to admit that, I was kind of sleeping at the switch myself. I recently was very, very surprised. I haven't eaten cooked food. I eat 100% raw food diet. I don't know whether people want to believe that or not, but it's true. But I recently went for a heavy metal test myself, and I was shocked to see that my lead was off the charts. It was a 6-hour urine challenge test, and that's a little bit different than a blood test. My blood test was fine, but it shows what's in your bones and in your cells. And mine was off the charts. So I had to take a look at what I was eating. And lo and behold, as we started to investigate some of the things that are coming down the pike in the raw food community, have a lot of lead in it, because what we did, we started looking for certificate of analysis and then checking it after we get the certificate of analysis. And the certificate of analysis is not always accurate. I'm not saying people are being deceitful, but that's what they're being told. So now what we're going to do is we got the money, and we're going to evaluate every food that we recommend. We want to make sure there's no heavy metals in it, because heavy metals definitely can lead to a lot of different problems, neurological, you name it. So everything that we are going to encourage people to use, we're going to make sure that it's clear of heavy metals and other pollutants. You have to be careful. Some of the stuff that we checked had heavy metals in it. It wasn't supposed to have any heavy metals in it. So try to eat everything organic. Try to eat, be very careful about some of the super green foods. Watch your step here. We want to make sure that whatever we market, if we do market it, if we find stuff that we can't come up with good stuff, I'm not going to market it. So be very, very careful. Heavy metals, is in our food chain. You have to think twice when you buy something, and be careful about the information you get when people are selling you something. Just be very careful. But on a better note, we don't become fearful. Don't live with obsession. Don't start worrying whether you should eat 8 almonds or 9 almonds, because people can get neurotic about this, and we're not trying to create fear of any type. We're just passing along information. Me, myself, if I have to eat something, I'm fully aware that the body has a 15 to 20% margin of error. If you're making a little mistake here and there, don't worry, your body can cope with it. As long as you're detoxing, you have a good process of elimination, you get plenty of fresh air, you're going swimming in the, it kind of sounds crazy to go swimming in the ocean, but it's still a good place to swim, believe it or not. And if you're grounding yourself, walking barefooted near the ocean, I've been encouraging people doing that for the last 40 years because I know what it can really do for you. And now I'm so happy to see somebody come out with a book called Earthing. It's about grounding yourself. That is really, really important. So don't become fearful. Don't be neurotic. Just start to investigate what you're doing. Don't let anybody mislead you with scare tactics or somebody feed you information that it hasn't been substantiated. This is accurate information. We did the research. We found it there, and we will continue to keep people aware of what we continue to find out. We're gonna have the money soon. We're gonna validate everything we can say, everything we're saying. We want to validate it in a laboratory. That's what we're trying to do right now.
Great, thank you, Fred. And just to keep everybody in mind, when you're on your healthy journey, yes, you will be detoxing and cleansing, and we just want you to look at the evidence that's out there, not our reports, someone else's reports that talk about heavy metals, and just think about it from a conservative point of view. You're going to detoxify this out, especially when you're on your healthy journey, and that's what Fred and I are advocating that you do. So please just keep an open mind about all this. Thank you very much. Have a good day.